Yo, we back up in this. Back to business. Yeah. What up, Fight World? Boys and girls. Joey, what it is? What it do? Hold up. Why is Juan saying hold up? Because we working. Bow, bow, bow. Rigondeaux is the real Matrix. Rigondeaux is a beast, man. If you're already in the stream, hit that thumb up. Hit that like button. Let's keep this shit rocking. Shout out to Cuba. Rigondeaux is boring. I should put you in the hot seat, but you lucky because we haven't done the roll call yet. But keep putting crazy comments, Damon. You'll be in the hot seat in no time. Today was a good day. Just want to talk some boxing, people. Let's get the roll call out of the way. You guys know how I like to do it. The beginning and end of the stream, I like to know where y'all are from. See that we got representation worldwide. Let me know where you're from. City, state, zip, all that good stuff. Ha 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 ha. Pennsylvania, where y'all at? Where y'all at? P-Town in the building. Houston, Minnesota, Sacramento, Fort Lauderdale, Boston, Washington, LA, Fresno, BK, Newport News, Sacramento, Chicago. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all from? Bulgaria, home of the Kubrat Pulev, Oregon, Eugene. My uncle lived in Beaverton, Austin, Washington, Ukraine, Liverpool in the building, Oakland, my second home, Dade County, Miami, 305, where y'all at? Where y'all at? Flatbush, the Badmon Dem Ting, Fresno, where y'all at? Where y'all at? Listen, is that the roll call? That's all y'all got from me? Washington, D.C. The DV. Now let's talk about this boxing, man. So Top Rank released a press release. Shout out to St. Louis. And they said the Lomachenko Rigondeaux fight sold out. Fight's not till December 9th. And what day is it? October 10th or so? So basically 2 months early. That's dope, man. Very good for boxing. I did a video about it earlier. Some people was hating, saying, "Oh, it's in the theater in the little room." Still sold out. You know what I mean? And it's sold out with the. I don't even know if they've released really the undercard. Like I know Michaela Meyer, I think Shakur Stevenson, maybe Brian Jennings was supposed to be on it, but I don't even know who they're fighting. You know what I'm saying? So realistically, the buzz is from the main event. Listen. I told y'all in January that this was not going to be a good year for y'all. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Y'all got to tell the truth. Because I remember hearing drones of people that kept saying Rigondeaux's boring. Rigondeaux can't sell. Rigo this. Rigo sucks. Rigo's inactive. But why is it selling out? You know what I'm saying? Why is this particular fight selling out? Not only selling out, you see it. When there's a good fight on the books, you see the enthusiasm with the boxing fans. People are really trying to get up for this fight and go to the fight. I see it in the comment section. Anytime I drop, you got split crowds. I'm picking Loma, I'm picking Rigo. This is a good-ass fight, badass fight, and it's on ESPN. So all the shit y'all shoveling sounded like lies. Rigondeaux can't sell. listen, you got two types of boxing stars. You got the Mayweathers, Pacquiao in his prime, Canelo, where no matter who you put him in with, it'll do good numbers. But most people aren't at that level, especially in today's streaming Cody era of boxing. So that being said, the success of their events is going to be dependent on who you match them up with. Like, let's say if you put Danny Garcia in Philly versus Samuel Vargas on the same night as a UFC card that's in New York, it's not going to do no crazy numbers. But if you put Danny Garcia in with Errol Spence in Philly, people are going to tune out because they know it's a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Or you put Amir Khan and Danny Garcia in Philly, a rematch, and then you know it's popping, right? So I tell you all the time, this shit ain't rocket science. If you make the right matches when they're supposed to happen, when the fans are invested, then everything comes. Merchandise, viewership, interest. You put a good fight together, it'll sell. And now, obviously, you get the other factors like promoting it, right? Shout out to Ask Yahoo Sir. He got the super chat kicked off. Do the shmoney dance. $5, boom. You think they could have sold out the main showroom floor? Not sold it out, but there's the big room, you can configure it. Like, let's say I don't know, I don't work for Madison Square Garden, but let's say it holds 19 to 20,000 people at full capacity, like what is configured for basketball or some shit, right? You could scale it down, which is what they did with the Terrence Crawford, and then put it in there. But Top Rank, they probably slept on it. They probably thought that it wouldn't be as big as it is. But like I said, you make the right matches and then you'll be surprised. I had people, shout out to my dude Kevin. He sent me a screenshot of his ticket, like the day he bought it on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? People are excited for this one. Another $5 super chat from the man, Askiar Hussein. Another $5. Thank you. You think they could have sold out the main? I feel like you put that twice. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe the chat didn't advance. Can y'all hear me? Are y'all hearing me? Because this showed me the same super chat twice. I'm not getting no new comments. If you are here, just put here. Because I don't know if y'all are hearing me. Loud and clear? Okay. So, yeah, man. Like I said, this shit ain't rocket science. If you make good fights, people are tuning in. Point blank, period. You know what I mean? It's just like the Justice League movie. Whether you're a fan of Superman, Batman, The Flash, Aquaman, or Wonder Woman, all the motherfuckers are in the movie. So you're probably going to want to check it out, just like the Avengers. If you're a Thor fan, if you're a Hulk fan, etc., Iron Man, you're going to want to check it out because it's like all your favorites in one movie. Boxing is no different. You stack the card or even have a real solid main event, those are going to do better than when you put Lomachenko in there with Mariaga. Period. I mean, same goes to Rigondeaux. You put him in there with, you know what I mean, an unheard of guy. It's not going to do the same numbers. Because, not like I said, not everyone's Floyd or Canelo, where you put Canelo in Texas in the right environment with a Liam Smith, and it's still going to do crazy-ass numbers. You know what I mean? At least attendance-wise, 51,000 people there. Not everyone's that big. But there are people like Lomachenko and Rigondeaux, where if you match them well and make compelling matches, then they're going to do better together. You know what I mean? The accumulation of talent and, like, the match is going to help sell it. Ego Army, New Media, what up, people? You guys already know, man. Ego Army, Ego Mafia. This is the mob, money on top of boxing. So I'm happy for Rigondeaux and I'm happy for Lomachenko because this is a good fight, but it shreds and puts so many holes in what you guys were telling me. You guys are, see, like, let's boil it down to the basics. When you see fans who are anti a good fight happening, 9 out of 10 times, either they have some kind of affiliation with that fighter, like they've been to their gym or they're part of the team, or there's fear there. and they fear that that fighter may not be able to beat that person that they're being pitted against. As a result, they'll make all the excuses under the sun as to why the fight shouldn't happen. You got to get off that. Like Lomachenko and Rigondeaux, may the best man win. Period. Whether that's Rigondeaux, ego, bumping you at work, don't tell my boss. You good with me, I ain't gonna tell. You know what I mean? I don't know who I'm picking. The weight's the big issue. If it was anywhere in the 120s, I would pick Rigondeaux easily. But I'm not meaning easily like it won't be no challenge, but that would have secured my bet because I'm still leaning towards Rigondeaux. But with the 130, I don't know because I don't know what you move up drastically. What's your punch resistance like? What's your power like? What's your speed like? You know what I mean? So, because, I mean, if you really look at it in the smaller weight divisions, look at the man Chocolatito. People 3 pounds under the 115 or whatever division he's in right now, I think 115, guys at 112 seem to not take his power good. You know what I mean? When he hit him with the best shots or, like, broke him down. But then he moves up to 115, and they take his power a lot better. Actually, out of his fights at 115, did he knock anybody down? He got knocked down and then later knocked out. But he didn't knock down Quadras, did he? Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember him knocking down Quadras or Sor Rungvisai. So, you know what I mean? Moving up, it's a process, and it changes things. Rigondeaux looks in good shape. But see, this is the thing. Rigondeaux is going to be probably what he walks around at. That's what he's going to be weighing in at. Lomachenko, who knows what he weighs when he, you know what I'm saying? He could be like 146 walking around and then cut down to 130 or whatever it is. I don't know what his cut is particularly, but he looks pretty big. Majority of the people I can think of Lomachenko facing recently, he looked bigger than. Mariago's coming up from 26, he looked bigger than him. Jason Sosa, he looked bigger than him. Rigondeaux's chin worries me. And we're going to see. But the whole thing is to hit and not get hit. You know what I mean? Like the reason why I'm kind of leaning towards Rigondeaux is just off of pure skills. And like the best thing you could do, like a lot of people Lomachenko fought recently, they do the worst thing you could do with Lomachenko's style, which is to like freeze up, let him get into a rhythm, start dictating on you, and not punch with him. If you do that, it's hard to break the Lomachenko matrix rhythm. You know what I mean? Straight up. But a seasoned person is not going to allow you to do that. That's why I wanted to see like a Rigondeaux. And Rigondeaux's, out of all the fights I want to see, he's the smallest. But even a Mikey Garcia, a Robert Easter, them dudes can probably take a punch better than some of the guys at 130. And they're not, I really, like, as good as Lomachenko is, I highly doubt that if he moved up to 35, you wouldn't see some competitive matches. Even a Jorge Linares. I don't see Jorge Linares just standing there and allowing Lomachenko to get off multiple punches without even trying to counter him. Without trying. Sometimes in recent Lomachenko fights, it looks like the people are like gun shy and overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? And they're overwhelmed by it and they just like don't know what to do. You know what I mean? It's different when you fight someone who's seasoned because all that. Look at Pacquiao versus Mayweather. Pacquiao overwhelms guys and if you don't know what you're doing in there, then that could be a hellish. He's southpaw, he hits hard. Straight left is like warm butter. You know what I'm saying? But Mayweather, he's been in there with different styles. He's been in the gym with different styles. Tough Mexican fighters, slick African-American fighters. You know what I mean? Probably some Filipino fighters, and Argentine fighters, even as pros, guys like Maidana. Pacquiao is past his prime. You're making excuses. Pacquiao lost fair and square. And if he wanted to be in his prime and fight him, he should have took the drug test. Simple. Very simple stuff, people. Take the drug test and you would have fought him 5-6 years earlier. He didn't want to do that. Oh, I don't want to give Floyd the power. Let's let the commission do their job. That's your fucking fault. Like Ludacris said, the name of my insurance is your fucking fault. So I don't feel the least bit sorry for Manny Pacquiao and getting the fight when he got it. Period. Take the fucking test. And then it wouldn't have been no issue. But you want to be stubborn and not take the test, fuck it. You got it when you got it. So if you was past prime and you got knocked out by Marquez, that's your fault. Anyway, we got another super chat. Ask Yar Hussein, do the shmoney dance. $5. If Erickson Lubin stops Charlo, does he become the new avoided boxer like Wilder and Spence? Man, probably. I mean, if he stops Charlo, that's a huge statement. Charlo looks pretty durable, pretty tough. Spars with Errol Spence. Derek James, very good trainer. So if he gets stopped, what can you say? Listen, some people aren't going to understand what I'm going to say here. Tell the truth. But real motherfuckers will fuck with what I'm about to say. And slow folks, they probably won't understand what I'm saying. But listen carefully. I'm going to try to word it the best way. In certain situations, like if Erickson Lubin stops Charlo, I'll give him a lot of credit, probably more credit than if Charlo stopped him. Reason being, Charlo is the champion, and he's the reigning champion with a title defense, and we know what he's been in there with better names, Vanes Martirosyan. But for Erickson Lubin, he's going from 0 to 60, right? Same thing with Rigondeaux Lomachenko. Now, if Lomachenko beats Rigondeaux, that's still a good win for him. Don't get it twisted. That's the best win on his resume. But I'll give Rigondeaux even more credit because he's moving up 2 divisions. You guys get me? Like, it's not really hard to understand. It's Rigondeaux is taking on, they're both taking a risk, but Rigondeaux's taking the ultimate risk because he's moving up in so much weight when they're far apart. So he's conceding and giving up a lot of, even Rigondeaux's old trainer did an interview and said that. Same thing, like put it this way. If Triple G knocked out Kell Brook, which he did, right? His corner stopped it, knockout, TKO. Do you give him more credit, or would you give Kell Brook more credit moving up from Kevin Bezier at welterweight and then fighting Triple G and he were to beat or stop Triple G? Of course, you would give Kell Brook more credit because, like, damn, you went from welterweight to the strongest middleweight or one of them, and you beat him. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty simple. The person who's moving up, I mean, even like Conor McGregor. If Conor would have beat Floyd, I would have gave him more credit than Floyd beating him. I give Floyd credit, okay, you still beat a guy who's younger, fresher, bigger, confident, and stuff like that. But if Conor having a gap in straight boxing, right, like a straight boxing coverage and lapses, if he were to come over and beat TBE, then I'd be like, wow, this dude Conor deserves a lot of credit. Shout out to L Dog, $5 from New Zealand. Shmuddy dance. If Rigondeaux stops Loma, where does Rigo go on the all-time pound-for-pound list? I don't know about the all-time. Because all-time is just too tough. It is, to me, it's too tough because you have a lot of great fighters. And, like, for me, that's why I don't even do too much of the pound-for-pound. But in terms of this day and age, he's on the pound-for-pound list for sure. I would say top 3 easily. Now, where you put him would be a matter of who you have up there. But if he stopped Loma, Orlando Salido outweighed, I think he missed weight and all that, outweighed Lomachenko, and he almost got stopped by Lomachenko in his second pro fight. Salido almost got stopped in 12. So if Rigondeaux moves up 2 weight classes and stops Lomachenko, wow. Wow, you know what I mean? Awesome fight, though, man. I'm happy for this one. Loma's going to get exposed. I mean, look at like this. Listen. I feel like even if Lomachenko wins, I feel like he's going to look more human than he has versus Jason Sosa and, what's his name? Mariaga. You know what I mean? He did whatever he wanted with those guys. But you got to look at it. Jason Sosa, tough dude from Jersey or whatnot, but he got knocked down by Javier Fortuna. He had less than 10 amateur fights. as a pro. Nicholas Walters should have beat him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to tear the man down. These are all factual stuff. He had a tough fight with Steven Smith. You know what I mean? So Lomachenko, just based on experience alone, is levels above those kind of guys. Mariaga, his confidence ain't what it was when he came in the game because he lost to Nicholas Walters, got his fucking ribs broke by Walters damn near, beat up, knocked down. And then Oscar Valdez, another two-time Olympian, got in there with him, knocked him down. That fight was a little bit closer. And then Lomachenko got to him. And he had to move up on top of that. So it's like, you guys can believe whatever you want, but certain guys, when they're trying to build, there's matchmaking involved. And they do clever little shit. And these guys look spectacular, like Golovkin, like Lomachenko. And I'm not saying they're not good fighters, because they all are good fighters. But don't expect the same. Listen, Triple G is the perfect example of what the fuck I've been saying. Perfect example. A good fighter, you're not gonna just go in there and if you don't have certain intangibles, you'll probably get stopped by Triple G or you get your ass beat. So you have to be good. Let's keep that in mind. But you notice in the Jacobs fight and Canelo fight, most people would say that was Triple G's sternest test, his best names on his resume, and those are kind of controversial, right? Whether you had Golovkin winning or them dudes, Jacobs and Canelo, you have to at least admit, if you're a real boxing fan, you have to at least admit that those were close fights and those guys pushed him, right? And that's just what it is. And that's because of the echelon of competition. And people, oh, Triple G's old now. No, it's not because he's old. It's because he's in there with better motherfuckers. He's in there with better competition. And that's what happens. Unless you're really skilled, like Floyd, Andre Ward, they have very good all-around skills. So there have been times in their career where they fought against people who are rated highly and maybe even favored to beat them, like the Diego Corrales from Mayweather, and they make it look like it's some easy-ass work. Like, wow, that's because Floyd is that talented. But you look at Triple G, listen, Triple G landed 8 fucking body shots in a 12-rounder versus Canelo. That alone, that stat alone has to show you something. It has to. It has to show you something for the mere fact of Triple G, to my knowledge, I thought he was a solid body puncher. I thought he's a really good body puncher, actually. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, he's a good-ass body puncher. But how come that good-ass body punching didn't show up versus Canelo? Because Canelo has something back for him. And he knew if he played position too long, Canelo could counter him because Canelo has faster hands. I want to show y'all this. Look at this. Y'all say I'm hating. Canelo made him miss 485 punches. 31%. Golovkin had, when he was fighting Martin Murray's and all them motherfuckers, his accuracy was higher. He threw 703 to land 218. Mayweather never has stats like this. Never. Never has stats like, because he has high accuracy. Limited him to 8 body shots. Like I said, when is name somebody that Mayweather fought and he couldn't get no body shots off, or he couldn't get no all he did was jab. It didn't happen. So win, lose, or draw with Lomachenko, Rigondeaux. I think Lomachenko, he's in a tough fight. I told y'all them yellow and the orange super chat, man. We got a $10 super chat. Big bucks. Big money. Big money. And my dude, Junior Johns, donated $10 to the movement. He said Eddie Hearn is saying that Deontay Wilder ducked Dillian Whyte. Listen. Some of y'all fans are sounding scared as fuck at Deontay Wilder. And that's the best way to put it. Y'all sound petrified over Wilder. Wilder keeps saying all this, I'm the most fierce since Tyson, and the comments y'all leaving aren't doing a good job of debunking that, right? Damn it, I want an Eagle hat so I can rock it at the fight. Man, yeah, we coming, man. Hat's coming soon. I got my brim low, but listen, this whole Dillian Whyte shit, y'all going crazy off this Dillian Whyte shit. Listen, Dillian Whyte's a good fighter. I seen him at the Terrence Crawford and Dongo fight. He won his fight. He's a good fighter, but you got to look at what's being said. Wilder was about to fight Luis Ortiz, who has never been knocked out, who is a southpaw, unlike Dillian Whyte, who's an orthodox fighter. And some people have problems with southpaw. Dillian Whyte's a good body puncher, but Luis Ortiz is just an overall, I would say, bigger puncher. And I've seen him box on his toes, which is a fucking problem. Watch the Brian Jennings fight. Now, the reason I disagree with Eddie Hearn, if that's what he said about he ducked him, is this. Why would you just somebody answer this so I can put you in a hot seat? Why would you duck Dillian Whyte and Bermain Stavern to fight Luis Ortiz? Meaning he could have fought a guy he already beat and knocked out, or excuse me, not knocked out, but he should have been knocked down, but he pulverized for 12 rounds and Bermain Stavern. Why if he was just ducking Dillian Whyte, why wouldn't he just fight Bermain Stavern? Why would you jump to Luis Ortiz, who's considered the boogeyman? That doesn't even make sense. Why? Like, how you going? Okay, where are my Ninja Turtle fans? Where are my Ninja Turtle fans? Anybody like grew up watching Ninja Turtles? That's like fighting one of the random Foot Clan henchmen and bypassing them to go straight to Shredder. You know what I'm saying? Go straight to Rocksteady and Bebop. You know what I mean? That doesn't make sense. The henchmen are supposed to be the easier, the Foot Clan. Those are the easier characters to fight in the game. So you wouldn't skip them to go to fight Shredder directly. You know what I mean? So that doesn't even make sense. And if if Eddie Hearn was here, like that would be a great question for him to ask. How did he duck him? And like I said, how would you go to somebody who has more of an aura because they haven't been beaten, haven't been stopped, and box better with menacing power? Why would you fight him? And the only reason the fight's not going on has nothing to do with Wilder. It's because of the second failed test in 4 years for Luis Ortiz. And listen, here's the other issue. All the stuff Eddie Hearn is saying, you guys gotta be smarter than that to just believe the shit. One, Eddie Hearn promotes Dillian Whyte, which is not a problem, but you have to take certain things when the promoter's saying something for their fighter. You got to take it with a grain of salt, because the way I look at it is this: Eddie Hearn keeps throwing out the number that Wilder turned down in order to not face Dillian Whyte, but there has to be. Listen, do you think that Eddie Hearn is going to put up $3 million? Okay, a UK promoter who's been in the business. I just seen a picture on Eddie Hearn's page where he was a little boy when he's with Frank Bruno. So his family's been in the business. He's from the UK. He's a promoter, and most of his business is in the UK. Now he just acquired Danny Jacobs, so he's trying to do an American takeover or whatever. But primarily, the biggest dollars he generates is in the UK, right? So he keeps throwing out the $3 million. Where do you think Deontay Wilder would have to fight Dillian Whyte? In the UK? Or do you think Eddie Hearn was going to give Deontay Wilder $3 million to fight Dillian Whyte in Birmingham, Alabama, in Deontay Wilder's home state? Of course not. Of course not. UK makes more money than US for boxing. Who gives a shit? Deontay Wilder is the champion, and why would he come over to the UK? If he's gonna come over to the UK, why didn't he come over to the UK for the UK star, Anthony Joshua, who knocked out Dillian Whyte? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense as a champion. So I could think of a couple off the top of my head where American fighters went over to the UK and I feel they got robbed on the scorecards. Andre Durrell versus Carl Froch. I thought Andre Durrell won that fight. Gabe Rosado versus Martin Murray. I thought Rosado won that fight, right? That being said, You're not trying to risk your title because Dillian Whyte looks pretty tough. So what if he goes the distance? You know what I'm saying? And you're going to risk that to go over to UK where you might get bad reffing or bad judging or impartial. You know what I mean? Or even the opposite. It's not even just a UK thing. Look at when Amir Khan fought in Lamont Peterson's backyard. He fought in DC when he was the champion. So that shows Khan has like balls and guts to do it. But then he also had 2 points deducted from him in a fight that some people thought he should have won. So the risk doesn't match what Dillian Whyte brings to the table. And like some people would even argue that Chisora beat Dillian Whyte. I gotta watch the fight again because I was actually in Omaha covering the Crawford fight in my hotel watching it from my computer. But I remember Chisora winning, and I never watched it again since then. So you gotta put this in perspective. Eddie Hearn's talking about the money, but where were they trying to stage the fight? Probably on a UK card and bring Deontay Wilder out there. So, you know what I mean? Is that really worth it? And again, beyond that, if Deontay Wilder, listen, you got to understand how the game goes. If Deontay Wilder, let's say hypothetically, he knocks out Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte got knocked out by Anthony Joshua. So how many people, especially to the people who are crying and screaming bum squad, how many people would now change their tune and be like, wow, Deontay Wilder, he just knocked out the body snatcher, Dillian Whyte. You know what I mean? A guy who arguably lost to Chisora and a guy who's already been stopped by Joshua. I mean, are people really and truly going to give Wilder credit and be like, wow, this is the best win since Bermane Stiverne? They probably wouldn't, because that's how we know. I mean, that's how the game is. People are like, oh, that's so-and-so's leftovers. And again, I don't have a problem with the fight, but you got to look at the business side of it. Deontay Wilder probably wouldn't get much credit. Okay, put it this way. Here's another very similar. You guys listening? I did see that super chat. I'm going to get to it. Are you guys listening? Do you guys give Anthony Joshua more credit for beating Dominic Breazeale, or do you give him more credit for beating Eric Molina? So just put Molina or Breazeale. Which win was more impressive? Which one do you give Joshua more credit for? Eric Molina or Dominic Breazeale? Neither? Okay, now for the people who answered, explain why. Explain why you gave him more credit for beating Molina or Breazeale, whatever you pick. Yeah, and tell the truth. Y'all take it too long. I'm just going to get to the point for the sake of continuity. Bottom line, Molina had been stopped by Chris Arreola, and he got stopped by Deontay Wilder. So that's why you see some people in the comment section saying Breazeale and some people saying none, is because Anthony Joshua fought someone that Wilder had recently stopped in the last year or two, right? Someone said, I feel Molina laid down. So that would be the same thing. Nobody really says Anthony Joshua, he's just unstoppable because he beat Eric Molina, because Molina had already been knocked out by Deontay Wilder and Chris Arreola, right? And I think the same logic would apply for Dillian Whyte. I really and truly, I think it's a good fight, but I don't think the fans that, especially the ones that hate Wilder and call him bum squad and stuff, I really don't think they would be like, oh, wow, I'm going to get off Wilder's back now. He knocked out Dillian Whyte. I really don't see that. Now, Askiar Hussein, another super chat, $5 super chat. Is UK fighters afraid to fight elite level competition on this side of the pond? People like Eubanks Jr., now AJ and Billy Joe. Everybody wants that advantage. Shout out to the super chat. Everybody wants that advantage. You know what I'm saying? And like post Floyd Mayweather, I told you, everybody wants to be Money Mayweather without going through the Pretty Boy Floyd stages. Pretty Boy Floyd stage wasn't until like mid-2000s when he beat De La Hoya. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, Floyd, his career during the whole Pretty Boy Floyd stages, he was paving the way, and then he became the A side and all that. But everyone wants to be the A side, or if they have some drawing power, like Canelo or AJ, they want to, oh, I'm calling all the shots, and everyone's looking for that strategy and upper hand. So that's why. I mean, Kell Brooks, the last of the Mohicans that I could think of from the UK that came over um, for a big fight, title fight, and he fought Sean Porter on U.S. soil. Kell Brook fought one guy. Facts. He was out in like 15 years. That's what I'm saying. People don't understand. They think that they just look at the A side because, I mean, social media, internet was very popular during the Money May stage of his career. But before any of that, Money Mayweather A side talk and all that shit, he was Pretty Boy Floyd, racking up victories and impressive performances, calling out Costa Zoo and Mosley and De La Hoya. But y'all got to know your boxing history. Yeah, but listen, the shit y'all shoveling, nobody buys that anymore. Listen, if Wilder is as weak as y'all making him sound, then just fight him. Then why would we wait till 2020 to see that fight if he's weak right now? You know what I'm saying? Why are you gonna give him 2-3 years to maybe gain more confidence or learn a couple of new things or improve his jab? Why fight him when he's weak? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you? That doesn't even make sense. He's weak right now, but I need more time to prep for him. That's stupid. That's like, let's say you're like a magician or a comedian or some shit, right? What would you need more time? Let's say if you're going to the White House for inauguration, for like someone became president, and you had to prepare your little skit or whatever for the White House, or a little kids party with 30 people. You know what I mean? Obviously, the kids party would probably be easier to plan for, as opposed to a bigger event like the Grammys or the Oscars or the White House inauguration. So using that same logic, if Deontay Wilder is weak right now, then there shouldn't be much planning needed. You can knock him out in 3 rounds. That's what Eddie Hearn said. Make sure y'all hit the like button. We got triple-digit viewers, but we don't have triple-digit likes. You got to get the likes up. Make sure y'all hit the like and then get back to the commenting. You can ask questions, all that good stuff. I'll try to get to some of the questions. But yeah, hit that like button. Askiar Hussein, another $10 super chat. I tell y'all, them yellow and them orange super chats, $10. Let the record show I like Eubanks. I just want to see him fight Charlo when he moved up, but the Eubanks moved up. So disappointed AJ. I put a lot of people onto him. I mean, for AJ, it's not, all is not lost because he just fought Klitschko, and that was this year, so he deserves a lot of credit. We have, for AJ, for me, I understand that wasn't a flattering interview he did, but we gotta see. He might even fight Wilder in 2018. So I haven't given up hope. For Eubank, I just want to see him in with a big name. George Groves, kind of. You know what I mean? But Groves has some losses. Carl Froch twice, Badu Jack, etc. So I just want to see Eubanks to see where he's really at. Because Yildirim, who the fuck is that? You know what I mean? The funniest part of the buildup was his manager. I fuck your wife in your own bed. I fuck her in your bed. Like, damn, bro, you mad? Eubanks Canelo, that wouldn't happen. Yeah, I want to see James DeGale versus Eubank. That's a good fight. UK money. But boxing has been good to us. I don't like Eubank. He's too cocky. I don't really. A lot of people get mad about cocky. I don't really care if they're cocky. I think that's cool. You know what I mean? I'd rather you be sure of yourself than uncertain. You know what I mean? It's just because you have hell to pay when you lose. That's the only downside to being too cocky. DeGale, he might come back in December, January-ish. I just seen him. He was in the gym training. Not seen him personally. He was on Instagram or something. James DeGale got beat up by Eubanks in sparring. I haven't heard that, but I don't really care about that because they said Canelo got hurt by Triple G in sparring, and he went the distance with him. So without headgear. So sparring. Listen, and y'all keep talking about Usyk versus heavyweights and moving up. He needs to solidify himself at his current weight. Boxing needs to get off of that rapid move up shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least even the Rigondeaux versus Lomachenko, Rigondeaux is the man to beat at 122. Even like Chocolatito, you see, he wouldn't be the same fighter at 122. You know what I mean? So you guys got to get off this. These fighters move. They're not cartoon characters. It's not an arcade game. Usyk is pretty big. He could probably move up to heavyweight in his career, but establish it. Win this World Boxing Super Series tournament. You know what I'm saying? How about that? Fight Andrew Tabiti. How about that? And then, you know what I'm saying? Then worry about what you can do at heavyweight. Y'all keep saying this Usyk shit. He looks good as a fighter. You know what I'm saying? I'm enjoying his career, but Roy Jones didn't start moving up to heavyweight and shit until he had already conquered the other divisions and had solidified names and ranked guys on his resume. I don't know why Andrew Tabiti's not in the World Boxing Super Series because I think there would be a strong chance that him and Usyk would be fighting in the final seed, but he didn't get the invitation or whatever. So they might have had other guys like kind of a plan on who they wanted in it and shit. Wilder versus Hay Bellew winner of that fights AJ. But listen, why does Wilder like y'all be making roadblocks? Why does another champion have to take a roadblock course to Anthony Joshua, another champion? You see what I'm saying? Like, Hay Bellew winner, what does that do? You know what I mean? Like, I seen Tony Bellew standing next to Deontay Wilder, and Wilder looked way bigger than him. You know what I'm saying? So if Bellew beats Hay again, if Hay's ankle's better and he knocks out Bellew, I mean, that's like one significant fight and not even a true heavyweight fight. You know what I mean? Because Tony Bellew is not an established heavyweight. I seen pictures of AJ next to Bellew, and AJ looked way bigger than him. So why does Wilder have to go through Tony Bellew, Hay winner, rematch winner, to get Joshua when they're both champions? Y'all be making them excuses, but the shit don't add up. You know what I mean? Wilder got to go through these. He was about to fight Luis Ortiz, and if he gets past them, then be pushing for unification. But I don't see why Wilder has to go through the Hay Bellew. For what? And once again, I mean, Hay lost to a guy who was formerly from light heavyweight and got knocked out at light heavyweight in his last fight. So if he avenges that, that's good for his confidence and stuff. But, I mean, is that really... I mean, you're going to give Wilder a bunch of credit if he beats David Hay? Or if he beats Tony Bellew? You know what I mean? It just... Y'all don't make sense. Two champions. Why I've never seen it so hard to try to unify. You know what I'm saying? Like where people try to set up these additional roadblocks. Like no, face Steve Cunningham, and then you get a shot at 8. Why? Why should he have to do any of that? It's a unification. L-Dog, another $5 from New Zealand. It's not a heavyweight discussion without Tyson Fury. Yeah, it is. And it's Tyson Fury's fault for that. He's the one reason that the division ain't going to wait on Tyson Fury. That's like some motherfucker fell on a drug test and the whole division stops. It don't matter. The other fights are still going to go on. Honestly, the heavyweight division is weak. All right, Ron Boy Fresh, you fight a heavyweight and see how weak it is. It's funny. Y'all in the comment section just talk crazy. Heavyweight division's weak. Okay, you spar one of them. Spar one of these heavyweights and see how weak it is. Yeah, I mean, it's Tyson Fury's to blame for the reason why he's not being talked about more. Because he would be right here in the mix. He's undefeated. If he was in shape, he'd be. I honestly think Joshua. Okay, listen. Wilder was at the Joshua Klitschko fight doing some commentary shit with Sky Sports, and AJ did not call out Wilder, who was ringside there. Meanwhile, Tyson Fury, who I don't remember at this time if he had already. I think he had already got busted for the failed drug test with cocaine. Joshua, in his post-fight, called out Tyson Fury. He said, "Get right, get clean, and we can fight." So you're going to call out a guy who's not even in the arena and who's on drugs at that time, but you're not going to call the champion, active champion, who's ringside. That doesn't make sense to me. So Tyson Fury is the reason he's not being talked about more. Tyson Fury could easily be, because like I said, I believe Joshua would rather fight Tyson Fury. They've sparred in the past. He would rather fight him than Deontay Wilder. And like I said, the proof is, why would you call out a guy who's not there as opposed to an active champion who hasn't failed drug tests, who's right there ringside? Fury Joshua is good money in the UK too, yes. We still aren't at triple digit likes. We got to get the likes up because I'm sacrificing other things I have to do on the back end to do this live stream. So if you're in the stream, hit the like button. We have 130 people, yet we don't have 100 likes at least. And I've been on almost an hour. Hit the like button. In my opinion, Joshua is scared of Wilder, but I don't understand why. I don't know. I mean, I understand why. Listen, y'all gotta understand boxing. Y'all gotta understand boxing. All the people doing the windmill, Wilder and all that, you have to understand that's what makes Wilder harder to beat. Him fighting like that. Him being fucking 6'7", a former, I think, basketball player. So he's an athletic dude. He's lean. He don't be coming in at like 268. He's very lean. He comes in at like 230 something, 232. He has dynamite knockout power, especially in his right, but he has power in both hands. He has a good jab when he uses it, and when he's focused, his work looks cleaner, like the Bermane-Sterling fight. He knew he couldn't be in there playing around too much with Bermane. So that's why. And that's why people don't want to fight him. You guys get, oh, he's sloppy and stuff. But yeah, you try to tame somebody who's that fucking big and sloppy or not, because if he connects, you know, it's just like Maidana almost. I'm not saying they fight exactly the same, but I'm just saying someone that big with that much power at welterweight, and if they connect, they connect. That, you know what I mean? You've seen what happened to Broner. Broner's took good shots from Mikey Garcia, who's a notable puncher, took good shots from Sean Porter, and Maidana was the one that dropped him twice without hesitation. I don't really remember a point where Sean Porter or Mikey Garcia had Broner on Queer Street, where he was just so obviously hurt, like in the Maidana fight. So it's always harder to tame guys that are wild. So you guys, you eat and you just recycle what you hear. Wilder's sloppy and all that. That's cool, but deal with his sloppy ass. That's not. Klitschko is more textbook. He likes to fight tall. He wants to jab. He wants to clinch when he can. Wilder fights how he fights, and it's harder to tame. And if Joshua had some issues with Klitschko, I think Wilder can give issues too, because Wilder might have more power than Klitschko has power. Don't get it twisted. He has like 65 fights with a lot of knockouts. But like I said, when you're in there with someone that's like harder to tame, you have to be on your AA game, because if they hit you, and Wilder's taller than Klitschko, he's taller than Joshua, things like that, and he's athletic. Junior John's another $10 super chat. Shmoney dance. UK fans want Wilder to jump through hoops in order to maybe fight him one day. Yeah, that's bullshit to me. That's bullshit. Two champions should be able to unify. It shouldn't be like they already worked to get to the title shot. So to fight another big fight with another champion, why do they have to go through Tony Bellew and David Haye? And it's like you're trying to set up more obstacles so they take more damage or maybe lose so they don't have to fight him. He's sloppy, but he got no losses, so it really don't matter. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, you could say he's sloppy and wild and all that, but that makes it harder to deal with because you can't control that. And he has a lot of energy in there. Like, to me, Wilder has I've seen more one-punch knockouts from Wilder that were just like, wow, than I've seen from Klitschko in recent fights, AJ, Tyson Fury, Luis Ortiz. I mean, you guys name a recent fight in the last 4 years from any of those people, top guys, Ortiz, AJ, or Klitschko, where there was a single shot knockout that was more impressive than Wilder Spilka, a fight that was very competitive up until that point. Name somebody. Name one of the top heavyweights that had a one-punch knockout that was scarier than Spilka. Because I'm really trying to think. Now, don't get it twisted. Them guys have some good knockouts. Like, I thought the Klitschko Kubrat Pulev was a good knockout. But name one-punch knockout that they've had, any of those guys in the 4 fights. Maybe you guys could think of one that I can't. Ego, I love your beard. Thank you, man. I'm growing it out for the winter. So, nobody's answering, so I guess you guys can't think of one either. They can't. That's what I'm saying. Look, they can't. They're not even thinking of one. Name one now. So people are like, oh, why would anyone be afraid of Wilder? Did you see what he did to Spilka? You could say whatever. Because Bryant Jennings knocked out Spilka too. See, y'all got to understand that. Bryant Jennings knocked him out too. But if I'm not mistaken, it was a good fight, and Jennings knocked him out in like the final round. So it took 12 rounds. Wilder was kind of in a tough fight, winning some, losing some round, and out of nowhere, a single shot destroyed him. So anybody with that type of power, you have to be weary of. I just did an interview. Shout out to Lenroy Thomas. He told me, he said something about Wilder's power. Check into the channel, man. We give you guys the hottest over here. Boxingego. Even in the Stavern fight, in the Bermane-Stavern fight, Stavern was hurt. Stavern was hurt for sure when he tackled Wilder. This is my dude Lenroy, and he's a big dude. He was just in camp with Wilder. Make sure y'all watch that interview I did with him. Shout out to my dude Lenroy. And he told me, man. He told me about Wilder's power. Even stuff that before we there he is with Wilder. Getting that Alabama work. So yeah, he told me Wilder's power. Listen, my dude been in there with Alexander Povetkin, cracks, Luis King Kong Ortiz, cracks, Anthony Joshua, cracks, and Wilder, cracks, among others like Malik Scott. But those are all formidable, dangerous punchers. And I asked him directly, and he said Wilder by far. Those were his words. Wilder, he said Wilder's power by far. He said they all have power. All those people that I just mentioned. But something about that right hand. We were at the grocery store talking about Wilder's power. But see, y'all know more than me. Y'all be in these streets and in these gyms like me. Askiar Hussein, Shmoney Dance, $2 super chat. Does Bryant Jennings have the frame to move down? He's not interested in moving down. So it's kind of a moot point. He don't want to move down. He don't want to move cruiserweight, and that's where he feels best at. So that's not even a topic. Because I mean, if a guy don't want to move down, he don't want to move down. That's it. So he doesn't feel like he belongs at cruiserweight. It might be a pride thing. You might be like, you know what I mean? I don't want to leave the division I'm at because then it's gonna look like I couldn't hang at cruise, you know what I mean, at heavyweight, so I had to move down. So like, I don't know, maybe it's a pride thing, but whatever it is, he don't want to do it. Shout out to my dude, B.Y. Jennings, though. He's always grinding, always on the hustle. I think he's on the Lomachenko Rigondeaux card, so that's good to get him some action because he was inactive for a little while. What's poppin', man? Wilder's a freak athlete, but not a great boxer. It don't matter. If he hit you with that freak right, you might be freaking. Shout out to Decatur, man. Illinois in the building. So these Napa fires, Santa Rosa, I don't know if you guys watched the news and heard about them, but it's ridiculous out. There's so much smog and smoke. I had to wear a mask. Like, I just went to pay my car note and ran a couple of errands. It's that bad. You see a bunch of people wearing masks out here. And I live, like, basically, like, 2 cities over from Napa. This fire shit is no joke. And the other thing is Wilder, on top of him being big and athletic with power, he's confident. I mean, a down south boy, been in street fights and shit in his life. So he doesn't, you won't have to take it from Wilder. That's how he's moving. Who's this fight talk? Because y'all keep going in on him. Fight talk, you sound ignorant. Because you're talking about Wilder doesn't do cardio. But what he does do is he went 12 rounds with the champion in terms of Romain Stavern. And his stamina didn't look like it was an issue. Right? And he's knocking people the fuck out. So who cares what he does? You know what I'm saying? Floyd does yoga. What if Triple G doesn't do yoga? Who cares? Triple G is getting victories. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter. Everyone's style is different. Some people drink Pedialyte. Some people drink Gatorade. Who gives a fuck if you're winning the fights? Fight talk. Do you want to be in the hot seat? Because you're saying a whole lot of dumb shit. And it doesn't sound like the people in the comment section. It sounds like they want me to fillet you. You talking about 12 rounds versus a C-level fighter and couldn't get him out of there. AJ stopped Stavern. So he's a C-level fighter, and he was the champion at the time who destroyed Chris Arreola and broke his nose the first time they fought. So do you accept the hot seat fight talk? Because you have a lot of negativity, and the fans want me to give you that ether. See, this is how we deal with this. Put me in the fucking hot seat. I don't see no seat. Excellent. So, do you think Wilder should fight Anthony Joshua in 2018? Yes or no, and explain why. We're going to open up the dialogue. Get your popcorn out, man. We're going to see who's the fight talk. You just talked your ass into the hot seat. So you said yes, they should fight. So which in 2008? So what's your problem with Wilder? I mean, you keep saying all the negative stuff about Wilder and he don't do cardio. But you want to see the fight. So what? I mean, what's your? I don't understand Where's your angle? But Wilder, he doesn't do cardio. But you want to see the fight. Cardio or no cardio, you know he don't do cardio. So what is your angle? I'm not understanding it. Well, who cares if he does cardio? And realistically, shout out to my dude Dante's Boxing Nation. If I'm not mistaken, he's the one that did the interview with Wilder, and Wilder admitted that he doesn't do. It's on YouTube, and Wilder admitted he didn't do cardio. But at the end of the day, that's the first time I even heard of him not doing cardio. And had he not told me, I wouldn't have even known. I wouldn't have even known that he didn't do cardio. So that's one of those random things. It's like, who gives a shit? Because the only reason I know he doesn't do cardio is because he said it. But had he not say that, you know what I mean? Shit, I'd be surprised. I'm surprised that Canelo does cardio because he does cardio and he's looking like he has fatigue, stamina issues. I haven't seen that with Wilder. He's nothing special. He's gonna need fitness conditioning versus AJ. So he's nothing special, but you still want to see the fight in 2018. Him not doing cardio. Name what fight where his cardio looked bad? Like I just said, Canelo's cardio looks worse. Canelo has shown more signs of fatigue in multiple fights, not just the Golovkin fight, in multiple fights than Wilder has shown. So what do you keep saying it as if Wilder has shitty cardio and he looks gassed out in there? What fight did Wilder ever look like cardio was failing him? We all know AJ stops Wilder. You all know that. Gun to your head, you picking. No, that's not the truth. You sound stupid. Now you're not even saying nothing. You might just get blocked off a rip because you're not. We all know. I would pick Wilder to beat AJ. Gun to my head, gun on my waist. It don't matter where the gun is. I would pick him to beat him if the fight happens soon. So what do you mean we all know? It ain't no fucking we all know to it. You think he'll beat him, and I just want to see it. If you're right, you're right. But I would pick Wilder. Yeah, you're bouncing all over the place. But since you keep bringing up Wilder's cardio, what fight did his cardio seem apparent that he has fatigue and stamina issues? Because you're saying, oh, he's going to need fitness and cardio versus AJ. So what fight was it where his cardio failed him? And truth be told, I think Wilder is getting more confident because for whatever reason, it's looking like AJ wants to prolong the fight. So that's going to make you more comfortable. Like if you wanted to fight someone, you was ready right now, and then the other person was saying like, oh, we might have to wait. I have to get prepared, and what if it's not the right time? That's going to make you more confident. Like, yeah, see, this dude don't even want to fight. Just like Rigondeaux versus Donaire. Rigondeaux wanted to fight immediately, and Donaire was like, oh, who's this? What has he done? And he was making up all these excuses. And then they ended up fighting, and Rigondeaux showed you why he been wanting to fight. So, if anything, Wilder's getting more confident. Where's Fight Talk at? Because I don't even see his latest comments answering my question. What fight did Wilder look like he lacked stamina? Because you keep talking about his cardio and him not running and all this dumb shit. So what fight was it? Somebody put him on the timer because he's starting to waste my time now. Alan, what up? We got someone in the hot seat, so I can't really talk too much. What fight did Wilder's cardio or lack of cardio or lack of running appear? He on YouTube watching Wilder fights, exactly. How the fuck? Okay, you just said I'm a vote because we need to get you out of here. You ain't talking about nothing. You said he lacked stamina in the Stavern fight, but he was winning mostly all the rounds. How did he lack stamina when he was winning even the championship rounds? And then later Stavern said he had like Rigondeaux or he was dehydrated or something and made an excuse. So how are you gonna say he looked like he was fatiguing in that fight? I didn't see one moment. So you guys vote on it. That was some easy work. Yeah, because First of all, he didn't even have like a set platform. But let me know if Fight Talk, if you thought he got the L, put your L's up. And you keep saying he's C-level, but he was a champion. You can't disrespect the champion at that time. Yeah, you some easy ass work. You're not even really saying that. You keep saying Stavern is C-level, but you didn't prove it. He was a champion. Joe, you can get in the hot seat next. Answer me this, Ego. I don't have time. You're getting too many L's. One of my moderators, get him up out of here. Fight Talk is done. Fight Talk, you out of here. Give him his casket. You talking about answer me this? You wasn't even talking about nothing. You wasted everyone's time. Get your L's up. How are you 38-0 and not pound for pound? Golovkin has about as many fights as Wilder, and he's not pound for pound. Fight Talk, get him out of here. Shout out to my mod. And Joe, you could get this hot seat next. See, y'all sound stupid. Y'all sound dumb. He said, "Oh, you're gonna block people for having an opinion?" No, listen. Dumb motherfuckers want to try to simplify it to make it like, "Oh, if you disagree with me, I'm blocking you." That is not what the hot seat is about. I don't just block people. This is a duel. At that point, it's a joust. So if we have a difference of opinion, you get to argue your opinion, Joe, and I get to argue my side, and the fans vote you off. So it's not like I'm just this Hitler, and I whatever I say goes, and if I don't like what you say, I block you. The fans are the ones that are blocking you because, bro, you're acting like an internet thug. Well, you're acting like you want to get blocked. So see ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Shout out to Joe Scott. He tried to go against the Don. Who the fuck is that? He said I'm acting like an internet thug. Okay. And you acting like an internet blocked. Get out of here. You blocked. See, why do they even come for me like that? He's like, come on, just block. Okay. You ain't got to tell me twice. Shit. And then we back to regular boxing. Do you guys understand? And see, this is the worst part. They act like they want to get blocked, but then they make alternate pages and all types of shit and come back. Well, hey, man, you blocked me. Or hit me up on Instagram. But you was acting about it like you wanted to get blocked. Stupid. And then we go right back to regular boxing talk. And we having fun while they somewhere else getting blocked in the abyss. They like the Titanic. We still looking for them. So it's not just people disagreeing with me and I block you. But if you're just talking random bullshit and I happen to disagree and then I put you in the hot seat, then you got to fight your way up out the hot seat. We straight gladiators over here. And then you'll find out majority of the time, all the shit they were shoveling and the stuff they were spewing, they can't even really back it up or substantiate it with any type of fact. He said Stavern was C-level, but he was the champion, right? He was saying that Wilder was fatigued in the Stavern fight, and I watched that fight, and I don't remember any round where it looked like Wilder looked like Canelo in the Golovkin fight, where he was visibly tapped out. And you know what I mean? You know what the funny thing is? He was doing all this to save Joshua and credit Joshua, but if you really think about it, Joshua in his fight with Klitschko looked more fatigued and gassed versus a 41-year-old Klitschko than Wilder's looked in really any of his fights. Now, you could argue, okay, he fought a Klitschko, but either way, from what I've seen, Joshua looked extremely gassed out in those middle rounds after round 5 when Klitschko dropped him. And it took several rounds for him to kind of regroup, and luckily he did that. But what are you talking about? You know what I mean? What are you talking about? Wilder's being extremely gassed and fatigued. Literally, this is how I know who knows boxing, because y'all bring up and cling on to the dumbest points. If Wilder never did that interview where he said he don't do road work, would any of us really know that? Would any of us know that he doesn't do cardio unless you were part of his team or something? No, we wouldn't, because it's not really showing up in his fights where I'm like, damn. Like I said, Canelo does road work, and you wouldn't be able to tell because he's looked fatigued in several fights. And Gulo, Trout, Triple G, Mayweather, he fought in spurts. We really wouldn't even know that about Wilder, because that's part of the blessing is he's that athletic where he doesn't even do road work and you can't even really tell. And guys that do, like my dude Lenroy Thomas, I just interviewed him and it's up on the page. I was on track with him, and he's doing road work or track work, or you know what I mean, which is basically the same thing. And he's telling me Wilder hit him the hardest. See, I be giving y'all exclusives because y'all fuck with me on the live stream. Look, he doing track work with the Porter. Look, he keeping up with Porter. See, y'all, I got the exclusives for y'all just because y'all fuck with me on the live stream. Okay. Look, he doing his road work right there. He doing road work with a welterweight. He doing his road work. All right, Lenroy, get your road work on the UNLV. Okay. A heavyweight getting his road work. Yeah, y'all fuck with me on the live, so I had to show y'all this exclusive. I didn't even put the footage up yet, but you know, I ain't even put that up yet, but y'all fuck with me on the live. Hit the like button. I show you a little exclusive. So once again, Porter's a fucking dog, man. He was, I was getting tired just filming. He was doing some. Give me to 150 likes. I'll show you one more before I put it up. Just one more. And see, this is the thing. Like, y'all gotta understand, my channel's different. I came up in the game different. Like, I don't have I'm gonna put the videos up obviously because I want people to see it, and I want the fighters to get exposure. But we get, whether it's exclusive content, whether it's a live stream, whether it's regular news, we got it popping anyway. I don't have to rush and put up everything in one day. Like, we could talk about whatever. And can we get to 150 likes? I'm trying to show y'all some work, man. Oh, you don't want to see that Porter doghouse? Okay. We get to 150 likes. Y'all don't want to see that dog work? Okay. Don't get me to 150 then. Don't get me to 150 likes. Y'all don't want to see this. I should play a sample. Okay, that's all y'all get. Y'all don't want to give me 250? Okay. No more exclusives. You just wait till it hits the channel then. Well, you better encourage other people. Like, I'm trying to show y'all exclusive before I even upload this shit. We need 150. And if people would like it up front, then they would see. But yeah, Sean Porter, he's a dog, man. I'm only holding this up for a few more seconds. And if we don't get to 150, then I'm closing this down. And we'll just get back to the regular stream. I'm just trying to show y'all, man. Show some exclusive. I like to do fun stuff like this because just to keep the stream popping and live. I know, see, damn y'all lazy. That's what I'm saying. I know there's at least a few dozen people who haven't hit the like button. I'm trying to show y'all exclusives. Hit that like, yo. You can't like it 8 times. It won't register. Nah. Okay. Okay. All right. Boy, be. Let's work. Let's work. Let's work. Let's work. Okay. Okay. Man, little exclusive shit. But yeah, the dude be training his ass off. Like, I was at the track, UNLV track with them, and he had me tired. You know, I'm just filming. But he was doing like, and I need to get back in shape, start working out again. But what he's doing is effective. Well, first of all, shout out to my dude Larry Wade. He's on Instagram. Follow him. But he's from Texas, and he was like a track star, like at his college and stuff. he set records for his college, and now he's the UNLV track coach, and he does strength and conditioning with Sean Porter and other fighters. So he has them on some good ass interval training, where like I'm telling you, man, when I spliced this together, and I got there late. Me and Kenny got there late. Sean Porter had been there since 10. We got there maybe 11, 20. So I don't know what the fuck they were doing before that, but I can imagine it was more of the same. And Sean Porter was literally running around the track, sprinting pretty much, and then he would walk like, let's say, back to the starting point, like a quarter mile or something, walk, catch his breath, and then he would sprint again. Like there was like the breaks were like, it didn't look like they were getting enough breaks. I was getting tired just watching them. But Porter is definitely a dog, man. The Granados fight should be good. Should I even go to the Wilder fight with Stavern? I mean, I wanted to go so bad. You know what I mean? I wanted to support the Porters, and then I wanted to see the Luis Ortiz fight. I don't know, man. They were running 300s. Yeah, man. They were doing crazy stuff. And then after they did the track stuff, they did ladders. I'm like, wow. And Sean Porter has fast feet. If we get to 175 in the next 2 minutes, then I'll show you. If not, we just gonna skip the exclusives. I already gave y'all some exclusives. But if we get to 175 likes, I'll show you some of the ladders and shit. No one's scared of shot. I don't even know what you're talking about. Boxing's in a real good place though. But yeah, man, we as boxing fans, we got to start exercising our voice. Wilder Joshua's a good fight now, right now. Y'all talking about weight. Sean played football. His footwork should be on point. Yeah, but you know what? Kenny told me a lot of people have the misconception that he was doing football and then got into boxing, but he said he was boxing since he was like 4. So boxing, that's just in case people have it twisted. Sean Porter was boxing before he was doing football, but he's just an athletic person, so he picked up football. But a lot of people spin it and make it like he was playing football, and then, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of, like Gerald Washington. That's different. Seth Mitchell, Gerald Washington, them dudes was playing football and weren't really boxing like that. And then they got into boxing. Actually, I think Gerald Washington boxed a little bit as a team, and then he got into football, and that's where most of his career was. So that's the difference. Sean Porter was boxing since he was like 4 to 6 years old. I forgot to tell y'all the trivia. Remember I told you there's someone that's significantly bigger than Sean Porter now, and I just found out Sean Porter beat them in the amateurs. Do you guys know who it was? Are y'all still paying attention? And it's a good fighter who's doing his damn thing right now. Alexander Usyk. Sean Porter beat him. He's a cruiserweight now. And he beat him when they were growing up or whatever at 165. No, Usyk. Lomachenko's buddy. Yeah, everyone knows about the Danny Jacobs fights with Sean Porter. But I didn't know he fought Usyk, big ass, and beat him at 165. See? Fuck with the channel, man. I'll be dropping that little insights that I get. I knew he fought Danny Jacobs, and I knew he fought Andrade and all these type of people. Edwin Rodriguez. I didn't know he fought Alexander Usyk. Why did Bin Laden get banned? What was he talking about? Yeah, Sean Porter. Sean Porter has a amateur win over him. Lomachenko's dude, buddy, friend. He's in the World Boxing Super Series right now. And he's a good fighter. Yeah, he has a strong chance to win the Super Series in his weight class. Yeah, Terrence Crawford is a man. I enjoy when I cover his media days. He makes the shit look effortless. What else is popping? Hold on. Man, I hate some of y'all casuals. That'd be annoying. Y'all gotta watch this. TMZ and Floyd Mayweather said, "I'm not scared of Triple G." Y'all gotta watch this video. I hate some of y'all casuals. Floyd's retired. He said he made a promise to Heyman and his family. And the dude talking about, you fight Triple G. You scared of Triple G. Like, I hate casuals, man. Y'all just be talking stupid shit. And why would he be afraid of Triple G when Triple G didn't look great his last 3 performances? You know what I'm saying? And funny thing is, Floyd 40, 20 years of seniority in the game, robbed in the Olympics, etc. And we still want to doubt Floyd's greatness. And we still want Floyd at age 40 to move up to fight Triple G at 160. Meanwhile, Triple G doesn't convincingly get past Jacobs or Canelo. And he doesn't have to fight the Charlo brother, who's looking real good. He doesn't have to move up to 68 and challenge himself versus DeGale or Gilberto Ramirez or Andre Ward when he was there, or Badu Jack when he was there. Y'all sound stupid. And see, that's what happens when you casual. The only 2 names you know, or a few names you know, Canelo. Floyd, you afraid of the Canelo rematch. You afraid of Triple G. You don't really know shit about boxing. That's why you're just going with the rhetoric of what other people say. I don't think Floyd and Triple G fight would happen. It's just because of the weight. But honestly, if Triple G was a welterweight, is there anyone, if Triple G, everything he does well, but he did it at a welterweight, you know what I'm saying? Was there anyone that would pick Triple G to beat Mayweather? Hell no. Hell no. The only advantage, the only reason you might pick him at 160 is because Floyd's 40 and he's, you know what I mean, naturally the smaller person, and he'd be giving up a lot of weight. You know what I mean? But if they were both natural welterweights, get the fuck out of here. There wouldn't even be a contest. Sergio Martinez had a better shot of beating Mayweather than Triple G did if they were the same weight. And that's straight up. Yeah, Floyd's already retired. Just leave it alone. People, oh, you afraid of a Canelo ring? Canelo had his shot, and he lost damn near all the rounds. No remorse. He grew from that point. Let the man. It'd be a Corrales too. Yeah, but you guys sound crazy. Triple G, you scared of Triple G? He's scared, but he's retired. He's scared, but Triple G hasn't even looked. He hasn't looked like the force that he looked like when he was fighting Macklins and Proska in his last 3 fights. I don't give a fuck with. Okay, put it this way: Gregors Proska, Gabe Rosado, and let's say Matthew Macklin and Rubio. Out of those 4 fights, name one fight that Triple G in his last 3 fights, so Brooke, Jacobs, or Canelo, name one Triple G fight in his last 3 fights where his performance was better, all around more impressive. He did more things than any of those previous fights that I named. Proska, Macklin, Rosado, or any of them fights, or Rubio. Name one performance he's had in his last 3 fights that looked where he looked better overall than he did in those fights. You can't, exactly. And that's because of the level of competition. He's fighting better guys now. You can't, yeah, I can easily. Okay, go for it so I can put you in the hot seat, flame you up. We can all get popcorn and roast marshmallows to your burning corpse. Okay, jump. You're in the hot seat. Alu. Okay, so explain. Name one fight. And if it's something stupid, then you're just blocked off top. So you have up to 3 responses. We got a hot seat. Get your popcorn. So tell me which one it was. Humor me. And tell me which one of his last 3 performances were better than any of those fights that I named. We about to roast this turkey. Anybody want some roasted turkey? We're waiting. Listen, I don't have time, so somebody put him on a 30-second timer so we can get some roasted turkey. I know you guys are probably hungry for Thanksgiving's coming up, so we're gonna have some carved roast turkey, courtesy of Ego. Thank me later. So put him on the timer because he's just blowing smoke and wasting time. See, I found out the perfect formula to deal with this bullshit. There's no way out of the hot seat unless you argue your way out. That's it. You're not going to be wasting a whole bunch of time in the stream. You're not going to be... The only way out, this is like the Saw movies. You have to listen to the rules of the game. I want to play the game. And you have to argue your way out. And that's just what it is. Fried turkey. Y'all want deep fried turkey? Okay. I'll get the little Wesson peanut oil. You know what I mean? We'll preheat that. Then we'll dip the turkey in. Come on, Allah, or what's his name? Alu. We're about to roast you. Extra crispy. I just ripped out the gizzards. All right, you got about 10 seconds. Put him on the timer. Playing games. Now you're playing with the clock. I'm like Denzel and Man on Fire. I wish you had more time. I wish you had more time. All right, one of my ads. Get the turkey up out of here. His name was Alu Snack Bar. Alu Snack Bar. Yeah, you the snack bar now. Anyone want some gobstoppers? We got Sour Patch Kids. We got fried turkey. Alu Snack Bar. Get him up out of here. Y'all, I'm getting some easy ass bodies this time. It's not even fun right now. I might have to stop the hot seat today because there ain't no work for me. He already burnt to a crisp. Put your L's up. Put your L's up. One time, put your L up. Man, I can't even get no work out here. He didn't even respond. That's how you know it's bad. He knew he fucked up. You know he done fucked up, right? He did all that shit. Wanted some spotlight. See, there's other ways to get spotlight amongst real boxing fans. Say something important. Say a good comment, and you'll get a spotlight like that. Don't try no little kid games. Well, he got his troll ass burnt to a crisp. Next, we working. How about educating the fans instead of blocking them? Yeah, this is education. It's called School of Hard Knocks. They get blocked. If you don't like it, then you get blocked too. I don't care. Go to another channel. How about you? I always want to be PC. Go to somebody else's channel where they don't block people. This is the rules. The fans love it. We eat popcorn. We eating the extra crispy, and we frying the turkeys. If you don't like it, then don't be here. How about you educate them instead of just blocking them straight away? No, they want to say crazy shit. Keep up with the crazy shit and argue your crazy points. And if the fans ain't fucking with it and they determine that you lost, see ya. Wouldn't want to be you. New media. What did he say? Snack bar, before he got turned into a snack bar, he said that I said name a Triple G performance out of his last 3 fights that were more complete and more impressive and destructive than Triple G versus Macklin, Triple G versus Rubio, Rosado, or Gregor's Proska. And he's like, I got one. And then he never answered. Because the bottom line is, Triple G looked more devastating in the Rosado fight, the Adama fight, the Macklin fight, the Rubio fight, the Proska fight. He looked more damaging and destructive in those fights than he has in his last 2-3 fights, period. So there's not really, what could you really argue? So we had to roast some turkey, put the L's up. Ego making it look like easy work. It's just a little bit of easy work. And it's the month of October, so we already roasted some turkeys. We got to carve some pumpkins. You know how we do it, man. This is all fun, man. Like, and realistically, whoever said that, who's being a baby, a crybaby, crying like Odell Beckham, but at least he has a reason to cry because he fractured his leg. This is education. It's education to the real boxing fans because they can hear a solid point based on facts, new media style, versus some of the dumb shit that people are recycling and just throwing out there. And it's a duel. So this is an education. So the person who gets blocked, they get educated a different way. Shout out to the man, Junior Johns, another $10. I told y'all them yellow super chats. Who are you leaning towards? Rigondeaux, Lomachenko. Leaning towards Rigondeaux. I'm not 100%, and the biggest reason is the weight. Weight. If this was anywhere in the 120s, I would be more confident. But just because there's some mystery there. With the weight, you don't know how speed, power, punch resistance. When someone moves up 2 weight classes. But skillfully, I think Rigondeaux is a more skilled guy. And I think his style, a measured pace, accuracy, and you know what I mean, the shit he does, I think is overall more effective. I think Lomachenko's shit is effective, but it's going to be less effective against an elite person who has a lot of power, has good timing, has a lot of experience, stuff like that. Like the shit, y'all don't hear me. Let me explain what I just said again. Let me run it back. The shit Rigondeaux does, the way he fights, no matter if you're elite or not, I think that will work because it's like accuracy, reflex, speed, and timing, precision punching, you know what I mean? Different things like that. With Lomachenko, his style is working for him, but to me, I think it favors the matchmaking in a lot of his recent fights. Inactive Nicholas Walters, who, you know what I'm saying? Because he pretty much quit. He pretty much gave up at the first sign of not being in the fight. You know what I mean? And then the guys who are inexperienced, like Jason Sosa, guys who shouldn't have a whole lot of confidence because they lost both their step-ups, like Mariaga, lost to Nicholas Walters, and also lost to Oscar Valdez, and was moving up. So I think Rigondeaux's style is more universal. And you've seen that when he fought Nonito Donaire. Donaire hadn't lost in like 11 years, was bigger, stronger, and what Rigondeaux, just from the Cuban boxing school and his IQ and stuff, it was highly effective. But I think as Lomachenko steps up with guys that have a couple things, how do I explain? Listen. Does Nonito Donaire have speed? At the time when he fought Rigondeaux, was he known for having speed? Yes or no? I'm going to break it down for y'all. Does Donaire have speed? At the time he fought Rigondeaux, was he known for having speed? Yes. Yes, sir. A few more responses. Y'all slow today, man. Either that or this coffee got me wired up. Was Donaire known for having speed at the time he fought Rigondeaux? Yes. He was called the Filipino Flash. You're full of shit. All right. A00. Do you accept a hot seat? Actually, fuck it. You don't get a choice because you being stupid. So explain how Nonito Donaire doesn't have speed at the time when he fought Rigondeaux, how he wasn't known for that. A009989. And this is going to be a quick one. Quick hot seat. Because you just put no just to be putting something different. So you got 30 seconds to respond. 25. 20. 20. It's about to be a prison number. We got us another inmate. 15. See, you guys aren't going to be messing up the flow of the conversation by not being honest, and I know you're not being honest. And the reason to tell is if you're being honest, you would have responded by now with, oh, no, this is how Nonito doesn't have speed. But 10 seconds. 5 seconds. See, y'all be sweating in your boots because you didn't expect this. The hot seat comes when it comes. You got to be ready at all times, especially if you just putting random shit. And your time is up, sir. Time to block you. You putting stupid shit. Get your L, and we done. So the bottom line is, yes, Nonito Donaire was known for speed, right? Was Nonito Donaire known for having power? Did he knock out guys like Fernando Montiel, Vic Darchinyan, break Jeffrey Matabula, who's almost 6 feet tall, right? Was he known for having power? Exactly. So real boxing fans understand this. Nonito Donaire, on top of not losing in 11 years and knocking out Jorge Arce, the Japanese dude, Takashi Nishioka, breaking Jeffrey Matabula's jaw, etc. He was known for power and speed. And he had some skills, especially offensive. And Rigondeaux, when he was put up against that, he pulled away in the second half of the fight and had Donaire badly hurt in the second round. So that's why I'm saying Rigondeaux, to me, his skill set is more universal because he did that against somebody that had intangibles that we know can offset what Rigondeaux does. You know what I'm saying? A guy who's bigger, a guy who's probably maybe even stronger, a guy who's fast, right? And Donaire was knocking motherfuckers out, like you said. And Rigondeaux's style, against that style, he still showed separation and nearly knocked Donaire out in that 12th round, right? So I've seen Rigondeaux face somebody that had style. I picked Donaire, and it wasn't just because he's from the Bay Area. I thought Rigondeaux's chin was suspect, so I was like, you know what? Donaire's going to sleep him at some point. So to me, Rigondeaux shows his skills are overall there because he fought a guy who's bigger, stronger, or equally as strong, had speed, and he neutralized all that shit. Lomachenko hasn't really showed me that against, listen, no matter what fighter it is, I always think of like I'm a coach. Yeah, Donaire was like this, holding his eyes, seeing doubles and shit. I always play like a coach, and I always think about how could you beat this person, right? And the things that I think would beat Lomachenko, he hasn't really been facing them. You know what I'm saying? Like experience. I think a guy with equal or about equal experience, that would be one issue. You know what I mean? But when you're fighting a Jason Sosa who has less than 10 pro fight, or amateur fights, he's not going to be on your level mentally because he hasn't been through what you've been through in almost 400 fights, plus the World Series boxing, plus a short pro career. You guys get what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, if Lomachenko moved to 35 and fought Mikey Garcia, even if he won it, it's not going to look like the Mariaga fight. I will bet PayPal money that even if he won, and I'm not saying he absolutely can't win, but even if he were to win, it's not going to be a walk in the park. Just like Triple G, when he fought Canelo, it looked nothing like the Proska fight. You could say Canelo was tired. I think Triple G still won, but it looked nothing like Triple G's Rubio performances and shit like that. And I think the same goes with Lomachenko. Once you put him in there with a formidable, like basically, what I'm trying to say is you got to be able to show me that you could do the same shit you're doing against someone that I know has intangibles where you shouldn't be able to do those things against, like a Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia is bigger than Lomachenko. Mikey Garcia has very good timing, and he definitely has power at 35. I was at his fight with Dejan Zlaticanin earlier this year, and Zlaticanin was out. It was ZZZ Zlaticanin. He was asleep, snoring, right? So that's the way I kind of gauge it to ultimately tell someone's skill set. Like Floyd Mayweather. We know Floyd's a great fighter, but one of the reasons is because he's done some of his most impressive work against elite level names, right? Neutralizing Pacquiao to 71 punches landed, um, taking a guy who was the best lightweight who moved up, coming off a 2 year layoff, basically 3 months shy of a 2 year layoff. Mayweather came off the couch and destroyed Marquez, knocking him down, won every single round. Pacquiao, no matter if Marquez was moving up in weight or whatever, in 4 fights has not taken Marquez and beat him 12 rounds out of 12. Never. It has never happened. And if you want to get in the hot seat, jump your ass in the hot seat and tell me what fight Pacquiao fought Marquez, win, lose, or draw, where he beat Marquez for 12 rounds. Floyd did it off of the couch. But let me know what Pacquiao fight he beat Marquez for every single round. And Pacquiao's known as the aggressive guy, especially at that time. It never happened. Marquez challenged Pacquiao every single time. And I thought he won the third fight. So that's how I kind of look at it. You got to show me your best work and the things you're doing and getting away with. Show me that you could get away with that against elite level competition. And for me, Triple G hasn't really shown that. Triple G hasn't really shown that. I mean, he does well for himself, but I thought he was a great body puncher. But he landed 8 body shots against Canelo. 8. So he stepped up in competition, and then the body shots dwindled down. But he was stopping guys before, like Macklin, with a body shot. These are all facts. Look. 8 body shots. So from a skill perspective, 8. From a skill perspective, what Triple G has been doing has been far more effective with guys who aren't equivalently skilled and experienced, like the Gregors Proska. Gabe Rosado was working at Home Depot and boxing at one point at the first part of his career. You know what I'm saying? So he had to learn on the job, just like Tevin Farmer. A lot of guys from Philly, to be honest, because it's just the lifestyle. So that's what it's going to show me. Like Lomachenko, if you're fighting a guy who should on paper have what it takes to offset what you do, momentum, experience, and you're doing the same thing, then I'm like, okay, wow. But I guarantee you these fights, if let's say if I pick Lomachenko's next 3 fights, I guarantee you they're not going to look like Mariaga. And I'm not going to pick nothing ridiculous. But let's say Rigondeaux, Mikey Garcia, and Robert Easter. I guarantee you those fights. Because Robert Easter, he's too tall. He's not going to just allow Lomachenko to tee off on him without trying to counter or anything. He has good power. Same thing with Mikey Garcia. But y'all believe whatever you want. Believe ESPN and HBO. Jim Lampley, he just got his HBO contract renewed or whatever for more years. Believe that if you want. But I'm telling you, Loma versus Linares ain't going to let you do all that. I'm not saying he can't beat him, but it's not going to look like a one-sided massacre. Like some of Lomachenko, most of his recent fights have looked like mismatches. Easter doesn't know how you're his length properly. I don't even know if you know how to write, because I don't know what that even means. Easter doesn't know how you're his length properly. I don't know what that means. But like I said, the truest of true, like guys who are known skilled, like Rigondeaux Donaire, Roy Jones Jr., right? Roy Jones was doing some of the same shit he was doing with lesser caliber guys. What's that? Not Glenn. I think it's a dude from Australia or New Zealand. He's like, I wasn't chicken fighting, Jim. That dude. He was doing that type of shit versus Bernard Hopkins, versus James Toney playing around, Vinny Pazienza. He was doing the same shit in those fights. So that shows me something, that Roy Jones at that time, he was unfuckwittable. You know what I mean? Because he was doing the same bullshit no matter who it was. What's that Puerto Rican, Dave Talasco? He was doing all that shit. All the same type of dancing and shit and doing all this. He was doing that with all of them dudes. And then rank guys. Stop Virgil Hill with a body shot. That dude was an amateur. You know what I'm saying? Good fighter. And he stopped and broke his rib. So he was still doing that type of stuff. It wasn't like when he was doing that, and then when he fought Brar Hopkins or James Toney is one of my favorites. James Toney is slick up in there. I personally believe that James Toney is more naturally, listen to me, I know a lot of idiots on the internet, oh, Ego said that. Listen, my personal honest opinion, I think James Toney is more naturally gifted than Floyd Mayweather. Natural ability. Now, I'm not talking about career-wise. I'm not talking about overall who's a better fighter. I'm talking about natural ability. Like coming out the womb and you're boxing, I think James Toney was already at the level because he has a lot of natural finesse. You know what I'm saying? I think James Toney has a lot more natural ability than Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, his greatness came from natural ability mixed with a lot of repetition. Floyd Mayweather comes from a boxing family. Uncles, his dad. When his dad was in jail, he was living with that white dude. You know what I mean? So he's always been in boxing. So it just he's so good at it because he kept doing it, and he has the right mindset and discipline. But I do think James Toney naturally has more intangible and just innate skill than Floyd Mayweather. Floyd was trained it's just like a trained soldier. Somebody who goes through the proper training, takes it serious, hard work, dedication, and then they're a great soldier versus somebody who doesn't even have to try and they're already good at it. And the reason I know this and the reason why I really feel this is because James Toney started getting fat as fuck and out of shape, and he was still doing the same shit. Floyd Mayweather, I don't think he would be as effective if he had that mindset and he was getting fat and shit like that. If Floyd was getting a pot belly and shit, he wouldn't look as good. Part of the Floyd package is that he doesn't drink, smoke, stays disciplined, in shape, stuff like that. Toney was, I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but he was gaining weight, moving up weight classes, and he was still doing the same shit. Looking big, heavyweight, still was fucking up John Ruiz. So y'all gotta understand boxing, man. There's different, and see, people get mad. We live in such a PC society. I love James Toney. I love Floyd fight. I learn from all them guys. I'm not dissing one to talk about the other. That's just my honest opinion. James Toney, just go on YouTube. Go look at Lights Out Toney highlights when he was looking like the shit. If you were to see him in like Whole Foods, you'd be like, who the fuck is this? But he'll beat your ass. Floyd, I mean, even though he's a smaller dude, he looks like a fighter. You know what I'm saying? In shape, he looks athletic. James Toney wasn't even looking athletic. It was still dogging motherfuckers. It's just different. But shout out to the Midwest. So y'all got me. Y'all got me fucking hyped. Y'all get me hyped. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Fucked him up. Look at him. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Why? He at the ceiling. Wait till you get. I'm trying to get to fatter Toney. Still was. Watch. Oh my god, look at his eye, look like a vagina. His shit look like a vagina. I'm trying to get to fat Toney so y'all understand what I'm talking about. Look, this is where he started getting fat. Look. Oh my god. Oh my, look. Why? Look at him. Hey, Toney, look at him. Finesse. Look. And he was still more aggressive. He was super aggressive and defensive. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why, Toney? Look at Toney. Look. Oh, that uppie if that would have landed. Oh my gosh. Y'all don't know about this fucking Tony shit. Look. He fucked Holyfield up. Look. Rolling with it. Okay, Tony. Stuck his tongue. See? You see where B-Hop got that? He did it to fucking Holyfield, who got cracks in the chin. Oh my gosh. He started fucking Holyfield up. Y'all gotta know y'all boxing. And look at Holyfield look bigger in Diesel. Look. Okay. Okay, James. Look at James walking him down, the bigger man. Okay. And Holyfield had a chin. Look. Oh my gosh. Get the fuck out of here. Oh my god. Let me stop, man. This dude Tony is a monster. But anyway, like I said, Floyd's great at what he does, but he's also very disciplined. He has the right attitude. I don't know if Tony was drinking. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. But he was still doing this thing. Same shit with dudes. So that's my little rant. But the Midwest got some great fighters. You would never see Mayweather in the pocket against a big puncher. No, that's not true. Mayweather stood in the pocket with Canelo. What are you talking about? And he, like, fuck the pocket. It's harder to center the ring's one thing. Mayweather did it off the ropes with Maidana. So you don't know what you're talking about. Fighting off the ropes is more dangerous. If you get Maidana in the center of the ring versus Maidana on the ropes, that's worse. And he fought off the rope, so you don't know what you're talking about. Mayweather fought flat-footed against Canelo, and Canelo's a big puncher and outweighed him. See, we here to restore the feeling, man. New media. Y'all got certain rhetoric that you just recycle. Like Floyd's this scary dude. Floyd got dog in him. I disagree on the ropes, and he didn't stand flat-footed. You disagree because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's really what it is. You're also the same person that said Floyd would never stand flat-footed against a big puncher or in the pocket, and he did it with Diego Corrales, who had a ton of knockouts and was supposed to knock Floyd the fuck out. But once again, you don't know shit about boxing, so of course you're going to disagree because you don't know what you're talking about. Floyd was in there with Diego Corrales like that, in pocket, spinning him around. Diego Corrales went like this. He took a knee and like spun around and shit. What are you talking about? Canelo, Cotto fight. Those guys are all bigger than him. Nah, I'm not even gonna waste my time with the hot seat because that's some easy work. I know he don't have nothing for me with that because I can give you too many examples. Show the footage of Floyd rolling like you just showed Tony. No, I can't. I'm not gonna do that for copyright reasons. You just clearly don't know shit about boxing. So you might as well just leave it at that. Stop while you're behind. You don't know shit about boxing. He was flat-footed versus Canelo, and that's a recent fight. That was just from 2013. How do you not remember that? Canelo's a big... Floyd would never do that. Go watch round 11 with Floyd and Canelo. Canelo was still trying to throw single shots to knock Floyd out, and he was right there in front of him. So you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, Baltimore. I don't even think. Excuse me. I don't think he's trolling. I think he just don't know shit about boxing. And I think there's a lot of people that they build these little things and hear so many people say it, like Deontay Wilder's bum squad or Floyd's a bit, and they just roll with it. I think Conor McGregor fell into that trap. His whole team talking about, we didn't expect an aggressive Floyd. We didn't expect Floyd to walk us down. That's because you thought he was pillow fisted and all that shit you hear. But Shane Mosley warned him, literally. I did a video about it. Shane Mosley warned Conor McGregor, saying Floyd, he'll be in for a surprise once he finds out how hard Floyd hits. Floyd hits harder than you think. But Conor McGregor's non-boxing ass team didn't even prepare for the fact that Floyd might try to be aggressive, because they thought it was no way little Floyd would ever dare to be in pocket with a Conor McGregor. Y'all don't know shit about boxing. Basically what it boils down to. Shane Mosley, shout out to my dude Mosley. He told Conor McGregor. I did a video about it. So, you know what I mean? Conor McGregor, his team, they weren't really checking. It was on Fox News that he said. So how would you not prepare for that? New media, 1 month ago, 172,000 views. I tried to warn Conor McGregor, he'll do fucking none. Look how many views we got. And Conor talking about his team. Look, Shane Mosley warns Conor McGregor he will notice how hard Mayweather hits. Surprise! Shane Mosley warns Conor McGregor, right? This was before the fight, people. New media. The video's still up, but Conor McGregor's team talking about, we didn't expect Floyd to be so aggressive, try to walk us down. That's because just like that James dude that was just saying the dumb shit about Floyd would never stand in pocket with a big puncher. He was in pocket with Maidana. What are you talking about? A big puncher. He's in pocket with Conor McGregor, who's supposed to be a big puncher. Canelo. But again, these dudes hear this same bullshit from casuals, get gassed up and start believing it. I'm talking about Floyd would never do what James Toney just did. Because you probably don't mind James Toney, but you don't like Floyd, so you're not going to give credit where credit's due. So you're going to say a rookie-ass comment like, as if Floyd always runs. That's what they try to do. Oh, he just ran. That's how you know who knows boxing. Because if you know boxing, at some point you're going to come anew. You're going to bring up a point that is no one else is really even talking about that aspect of it. And you're going to just break it down because that's an observation you made. But I noticed these casuals, like ask someone who's like Triple G got robbed, versus Canelo. They're all saying the same shit. It's like you guys go to YouTube, watch somebody's post-fight breakdown who agreed with you that Triple G should have won, and you just recycle that. It's the same thing. Just like when I was had the dude in the hot seat, and he was like, yeah, you're underestimating Golovkin's shifting. Fuck you talking about? You watch that Art of Shifting Golovkin video on YouTube, and now you think you know some shit. But again, if you know boxing, put it this way. If I ask Floyd Sr. to break down a fight, he's going to break down little things like he pulls his jab back slow. Looky here. You know what I'm saying? He's going to break down little scientific things that you see in the boxing game. Not just some shit Skip Bayless said or whoever. But that's what you guys do. And it's happening right now with this Wilder Joshua shit. Everybody's... It's fashionable to hate Wilder. You know what I'm saying? It's very fashionable to just hate him, say he sucks, bum squad, he ain't fought nobody. But then it makes it worse because that's even more the reason to fucking fight him right now. If he's that weak, knock him out. You'll get credit for it. You'll get his belt for it. You'll get a big paycheck for it. Then you done. But people would rather say, oh, why should Joshua fight Wilder? That makes no sense. But Q-Rap Pull-Up, really? Q-Rap Pull-Up makes all the sense in the world, but fighting another champion is just blasphemous, right? Y'all sound retarded. Wilder simply hasn't earned his shot. But Q-Rap Pull-Up got knocked out by Klitschko a few fights ago, and he earned his shot. Get out of here. It's just fear, man. That's fear of the fans. They don't want to see their person potentially take a fight that he might lose. Man, let's do a roll call. I'm about to get out of here. I need to get some water. I got some laundry to do and shit. Let's do another roll call. I went on for a cool 2 hours. Yo, where y'all from? Where y'all at? Minnesota, Miami, Boston, Denmark, Costa Rica, Jamaica, Cincinnati, Texas, Philly, Chicago, Illinois, AZ, Brooklyn, Leesburg, Florida, BC, Cannes, Dallas, St. Louis, Baton Rouge, East Oakland, Bakersfield, Boston, Alabama, Chula Vista, New York, Harrisburg. We working, man. Hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I got more videos, more exclusives, more shit to talk about. Stay tuned. Don't touch that dial. Nasty Natty. I'm about to get some water. Manchester, England. I see you. UK. You know, I was actually thinking about trying to go to the UK for David Haye versus Tony Bellew too. But I don't know if it'd be worth it. But I kind of just want to go there. I got to get my passport again. But let me know what you guys think. We'll talk some more boxing later. Get some last minute likes. We almost got to 200. A little bit shy. If you're still on the stream, hit the like button. Hopefully we can push it to 200. Check out the website. Shout out to the super chats holding it down. Venmos, Patreons. A lot of shit coming. A lot of shit coming. Oh, we almost had 200 right now. We almost at 2. Okay. See, I've been busy, man. Look at my young boy working. Look at this edit I did. My young boy working, okay. Shout out to Mikhail Spencer. All right, I can't show y'all too much. Y'all don't need to see these edits. Boxing Ego, we the future, man. Shout out to Joey Spencer, the Spencer family. We got these edits coming soon. Unstoppable. They ain't fucking with us. Oh, yeah. Them hats coming soon. Hats coming soon, baby. Peace out, y'all. Ego Army, Ego Mafia. We are the mob. Money on top of boxing. Signing out.